Alright, so I figured I'd mention it this time since I haven't really shown what I do in the background to basically make the money to cover the cost of just different projects I'll build and so forth. So just start off with, here's a bunch of RCs and parts I picked up for $60, and going from here, we're going to see what we can make to cover the cost of, say, a few parts for the Tacoma since we lowered it. So to start with, we've got an old Bowlink Corvette body that we're going to end up cleaning up and try and put this together as much as we can of a old Team Associate RC10L. This is a mostly stock Tamiya Frog with a CRP aftermarket bumper. It removes this extra piece here and makes it one piece with the front bumper. It was an upgrade thing that wasn't too expensive back in the day, but it is something unique to it. It's mostly complete for electronics. It's got a Trinity Monster motor, which is kind of desirable. Hopefully I can sell each of those for about $20 each, since I've got two more extra ones and the box that will go with one of them. Then I've got a few random different types of chargers, and something I really wanted to cover is this old school little Radio Shack battery tester, which I actually still works from just checking it with the AA. So there's stuff like that. There's a Trinity battery pack and actually a Tamiya battery pack way over there. And in this in the Tamiya Hornet still, we've got this general brand. It's nothing special for a battery charger, but someone may want it. Then lastly, we've got yet another Tamiya Hornet. The electronics are pretty much all there. It's just really beat down. I'm just going to clean it up, see what I've got for parts, and see if we can get this one running. While the others, I'm just going to clean up and organize a little bit and probably flip the way they are. Going from that, we've got two Kyosho bags in really good shape. I just need to wash them a little bit and should sell for around $30 or so each. So, going from that, I'll update you guys each time one of these things sells and see what we've got left for money to make back. And we'll put it probably in this corner of the video for where we're at. So, for reference, we're going to just quickly clean up some of the garbage that's like wrapped around the bumper, the steering servo mounted backwards, and I found a few of the other missing parts for the antenna and such. We'll clean all the wiring up and other things for this and before we actually post it, as well as clean up all the random stuff in the background so that the main focus of whoever sees this on the marketplace will see just this that's for sale and nothing else other than you can put like one or two things in the background that are striking, like something like this, a vase, a fancy lamp or something, or just a different project like that, just as something to make someone or draw someone's attention into the actual listing. Going from that, we're just going to reattach the antenna, clean up the wiring, fix the steering like I mentioned earlier, take all this random tape stuff off, and maybe clean up some of the grime just a little bit. Easy stuff to do and get rid of random things like if I sell this with one tire, I guarantee I'll have, as I've had happen before, people just ask in the listing, where's the other tire? Why don't you have the other tire? And stuff like that. So you get rid of things like that in the listing so there's less distractions and people just know what they're looking for is, oh, it needs both wheels instead of, do you have any other oddball parts to it? Stuff like that. All right? So, one thing to mention is with buying and selling so many of these, you'll end up coming across a bunch of random parts and often a lot of the hardware. So, this is just like a small example of just all the kinds of hardware that is usually specific to Tamiya due to the bronze coloring of their vintage screws. That there's actually two of the wrong style screws up here holding the upper and lower A-arm on, and I've got the correct hardware that just came out here that matches just what it should be. So going from that, we're going to switch the servo around, and I've already put the other antenna mount on and found the missing screw. Going from there, we'll just get the wiring cleaned up and post this thing before work today. I've just gotten done cleaning up the body, stripped all the duct tape and random like red electrical tape that was over it, so it revealed a few of the old stickers underneath everything. Nothing great, but it's there. And we stripped all the tape off of here because I don't know why they did that to the bumper. Fixed the steering as much as I could with the parts I had. Replaced some of the hardware so it's correct and matching. Organized the wiring so it's a little better. I didn't have any double-sided tape to hold the the receiver back down, but I zip tied all the extra wire loom and routed the actual mechanical speed controller wiring just better. Otherwise, I just threw the actual battery assembly to power the receiver just back in after I was done with everything. And that's about it. So I've listed it for about $60. Hopefully it'll sell sometime soon, and we'll actually be able to move on to the next thing, which is probably going to be the RC10L.